Hi, Warriors. I hope everyone's enjoying their summer. I can't believe it's end of July already. It's just gone so fast. So, this week, I'm going to read a chapter book for you called Belchers, Robot Ruckus. And I chose this book because when I was a child, I wanted to be an astronaut. And this is a science fiction book that takes place in space. And it is a fourth grade level book. All right, at the end of this video, I will announce last week's winner. Okay, Star Belchers. This page here is Meet the Team. It gives some information on each of the characters. And I'm going to read chapter 1, The Beginning or the End. Go, go, go! I shouted. I leapt through our spaceship, Judy's side hatch, and mashed the button inside to close the door. Nothing happened. Kirby, what did you do? Risk called, looking back at me. He sat in the cockpit next to Karma. She was busy trying to get Judy to take off. Judy is our spacecraft. But since the door wasn't closing, she had a bit of a problem. And while I might not know a whole lot about spaceships, I knew one thing for sure. We weren't jumping into outer space with the door open. Did you get the sample? Karma asked. Yeah, I got the sample, I cried, waving the small airtight container over my helmet. But those monsters aren't going to get a sample of us. I peered out the hatch opening. I saw glowing green eyes through the darkness. Those big fanged gill kills were still coming. That's what I called them anyway. They had gills, and they really seemed like they wanted to kill me. And only because I took a little water out of their pond. Judy's exterior lights made their scaly silver skin twinkle. The gill kills had giant teeth and slobbery tongues, making them look like lizard dogs. I couldn't see all of them, but they were at least 11 of the things, clawing over each other. Judy, Risk shouted to our spaceship's artificial interface. I need you to reroute circuits A3 1F and C5 9S immediately. You got it, Risk Novason, Judy's computer voice said, calm as can be. I'm happy to help. At any moment, we would have unwanted passengers with us. My palm started sweating in dread at the thought. I glanced out the door again. A gillkill squatted down on its haunches and leapt. There's the picture of all their green glowing eyes. He looked scared. The door closed with a swish, followed by a dull thud. The alien outside of our spaceship howled. Risk headed back toward the cockpit and acted like his quick repair was nothing at all. As Judy lifted off the dwarf planet Borendell, I plopped down on my seat and depressurized my helmet. I shut off my oxygenator backpack too. Borendell might have not had oxygen for me to breathe, but Judy's cabin had more than enough. Let's get out of here, Risk said. I can't believe you talked me into this job. I knew this whole thing was a bad idea. Ouch, I thought as I caught my breath. Risk had a way of making me feel dumb without actually saying it. Hey, it wasn't like I planned on getting us into a dangerous situation. It seemed like a simple gig. We had the weekend off from school. My mom thought I was staying at Risk's. His parents thought he was staying with me. Simple. Until it wasn't simple. The jobs I signed us up for just happened that way sometimes. Well, a lot of the time, in truth. But the danger wasn't always my fault. Ever since our teacher, Mrs. Andrix, paired Risk and me together during a planetary field trip on Gamerick 5, we've been partners. We found Judy, a marooned spaceship stuck in a dried up swamp. Judy told us when she crashed on Gamerick 5, she wasn't able to complete her journey. She said something about treasure? The only catch? We need to repair her back to 100% functionality. Then she'd be able to take us there. Sure, Judy was technically a spaceship, but there were moments when she seemed almost sentient. She was in pretty bad shape when we found her, so we decided to work together on the repairs. Risk did all the technical stuff, and I did the odd jobs, earning credits to pay for it. One of those odd jobs was rescuing Karma, a Chamlin girl who could blend into her environment. We helped her escape from some alien poachers, and afterward, she joined our team. With a new member, we decided to give ourselves a new name. I burped really loud when we were throwing out ideas, so we ended up calling ourselves Star Belchers. I thought it was funny, and everyone else thought it was way better than our team's original name, Call Kirby. I thought both were pretty good, but whatever. Hang on, Karma said as the flight controls. There is shaky weather up here, you guys. You're getting good at this, Risk said to Karma. I think you and Judy have really connected. I enjoy Karma, Risk Novacin, Judy said. I like you too, Judy, Karma replied. I'm glad to be able to help the team and explore the stars. It is good to be the flyer. I think you mean pilot, I said. I removed the dialogue modulator from inside my helmet and plugged it into my right ear. The modulator looked like a hearing aid. Risk had tinkered with it so we could understand Karma's language, and she could understand ours. Sometimes the modulator mixed up words or couldn't find a direct translation that made sense. Right, Karma said. Pilot is the word. I looked at the little container and shook it. The salty liquid sloshed a bit inside, but didn't leak out. One of the scientists aboard our mothership, Big Mama, such weird names in this book, wanted the sample. Technically, we're not allowed to have Judy, so we have a strict don't ask, don't tell policy. He agreed to our terms and was even willing to pay us a lot of credits for it. Since it wasn't too far from our current course, we took the job, even though Judy wasn't any closer to running at 100%, and even though the planet was infested with those gill kill things. Funny how the scientists didn't mention that. As we broke through Borendel's atmosphere, our entire spaceship began to shake violently. It was as if we were in a tube of Sola-Cola, and someone shook it up before opening it. A metal panel on the ceiling opened in Judy's interior. Something near the back of the ship groaned. It's Judy's stabilization core, Risk said from his seat in the cockpit. He was sifting through a bunch of different readouts on the main console's display. That doesn't sound good, I said as Judy let off another round of noises. Can we make it not do that anymore? Risk stood up and walked past me to a large tube-shaped device bolted into the wall. He slid it open and shook his head. That's what I was afraid of, Risk said, her stab cores literally crumbling to dust. He showed me the part. There were really odd ridges along the sides. It looked like a metallic pineapple without the leaves on top. He was right, though. The stabilization core was in bad shape. The holes on it looked like they were getting bigger every sound. Operating at 52%. Fun functionality, Judy announced. Okay, friends, I'm going to stop here on Chapter 2, Decision Time. And if you want to read more about the Belchers, you'll have to go onto MyOn and look for the book called Star Belchers, Robot Ruckus. And you can read more and find out what happens to the team and to the spaceship. Okay, so last week's winner is a second grader, Sawyer Pava. He read over 208 minutes on MyOn last week. Congratulations, Sawyer. You'll get to join Mrs. Western at a pizza party in the fall. Bye, Warriors. I hope you're all reading on MyOn and enjoying the books. We'll see you soon.